Hello everybody, welcome to the craft room. My name is April. You're watching my channel, Chalking Up the Walls. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. It is time to update my garden flag outside. We did one back in the spring with like some bright colors and just, you know, like springy stuff, but it is time to update for fall. So let's do it. Let's do it. I have this 100% polyester garden flag. Let's figure out what side is the top. This is the top. You can tell it's the top because it has the place where you put, you know, like the stake. And I think I probably need to iron this a little bit and flatten it out. So let's do that. So like I said, this is 100% polyester, so it should work like super well with the heat transfers. And I have this really cool pumpkin design. So let's like I said, get these wrinkles out so we can get this on here, and let's make it. This flag's a little bit bigger, so maybe I will put the pumpkin design towards the bottom, and then maybe I'll come in and update it with like a hello fall or something like that on top. Let's see what happens. But anyway, like I said, I hope you guys are having an awesome day. It is time to do a little outdoor update from spring, summer, into the fall. I love decorating for fall, so it's awesome. And right now, I'm just trying to get some of these wrinkles out. That way my transfer lays flat. I think that's good enough for now. That's hot. All right, so let's get our parchment out of the way. Let's cool this down a little bit because I don't want to start the ink transferring. And I think that's what I'm gonna do. All right, so let's go ahead and cut off this little tag down here at the bottom with our scissors. All right, perfect. And throw that away. And then let's get, like I said, this is our design here. And so let me get it out of the package. You guys will be able to see like the magic, as I like to call it. So when you start with your heat transfers, they don't really look all that exciting. I mean, you can still kind of see, you know, the design and whatnot, but, and you do get two in your package. We'll have to put that one back. But anyway, see, it's not like super vibrant, super bright, but once we get it down with our heat, it should really brighten up for us. That's the plan anyway. That's gonna fit like perfectly on my mat. Okay, so I've got it, I probably need to turn it this way so I can make sure that it is fairly in the center. And like I said, I am putting it down towards the bottom because this flag's a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be. So I'm gonna end up chalking or inking actually on the top something that says hello fall. But for tonight, let's get this down. So I have my heat safe tape and I need to cut a couple pieces of it off here. Let's start by cutting that part completely off. And then let's tape it down. So you want to make sure you tape them so they don't move on you when you're adding your heat, because the ink is going to go from the paper directly onto our flag. That's the plan, right? So you don't want it like moving around on you, or your ink might blur a little bit, which would be fine, but that's not what we want. Okay, so you're just pressing, getting our air out, and setting our tape on here. So what are you guys doing this evening? Anything fun? Anything fun? We are, if you're catching it right now, we are live, so we can chat. If you're catching the replay, that's super cool too, though. It's available on Facebook for 30 days, so you've got plenty time to catch it on the replay or come back and watch it again if you're just completely intrigued by the process. all good. Otherwise, I have been uploading my videos to YouTube as well too. That way I have them forever and ever, because YouTube will keep them forever until I decide to delete them myself. So I have been actually uploading some there too. So if you want the information on where to find my YouTube channel, just send me a message or comment below. Channel. Type in the word channel and I can send you my, what do they call that, username or whatever it is. Okay, we're good. So it's that simple. Now we're just gonna take our parchment and put it down here. Make sure that our thing is on our mat. Might scoot it up just a tad. Let me get these out of the way. We don't need those right now. And 360 degrees. And we're just going straight down, not moving, and just applying like medium pressure. But it is key not to move your heat press around. That is important. I mean, if you move it a little bit, I don't think it's that big of a deal, but from what I gather, just directly straight down heat is the way to go. And I think we're going to do 60 seconds at the 360. So let's do another 30. My timer only goes to 30, so I have to do 30 and then just press the button again, but it's all good. But anyway, hopefully our flag turns out super cute. Like I said, I didn't realize it was this long. That's really cool, because now I'll be able to take one of my transfers that says like Hello Fall or something like that and add some words to the top of it. I'm kind of excited about that. The other garden flag that I had before was not this big, but I'm excited. Okay, now straight up and straight back down on the bottom. And the same thing, we're just pressing medium pressure and doing our best not to move it around. Happy Wednesday, everybody. We made it halfway through the week, right? Today was back to school day for the kiddos here locally, so congratulations to all of the students and parents who made it through day one. All good, all good. And then it started storming. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to go live because my Wi-Fi was acting a little like it didn't want to cooperate with me because it's stormy out there. But honestly, the storm did kind of like knock down some of the temperatures, so I'm not too sad about it. Okay, 20 more seconds. These sublimation heat transfers are really cool. You can put them on all kinds of stuff. I've made a cutting board, and actually that would be really cute to do with that other design, to do a cutting board, and then I can have a fall cutting board kind of like up in the corner of my kitchen for a little fall display that's also functional. You know, it's a cutting board. And we use our cutting boards around here. Okay, I think that's good. So let's go straight up. Put this down here. I'm not going to turn it off though just yet. I am, however, going to move my parchment. And let's just kind of peek and see. Ooh, that looks really cool. So I'm just slowly peeling and peeking in case it looks like any of the ink needs a little bit more. But so far, so good. I'm just slowly peeling. Wow, that is absolutely beautiful. Okay, so while this cools down, let me show you. So this is what our paper looked like when we started, right? Like I said, not insanely vibrant, but you can see all the color there. It almost looks like more blue than green, right? Almost like a grayish. And then this, make sure I get the right side, is what it looks like now. Like pretty much all of that ink is gone. Let me do side by side. If I can hold on to it. See? So the ink has left the paper and has ended up on our garden flag, which, look how bright and beautiful those colors are. They're like teal and blue and the browns. I think that turned out awesome, and this is gonna look super, super cool on a cutting board. Should we I have a cutting board right here. Should we just go ahead and do it? Let's do it. See if we can get the same vibrant colors. Okay, so that's kind of hot, but it's going to be fine because the cutting board goes this way. I think with the cutting board, though, I learned this last time. I am going to trim off some of this white area so I can get it taped down a little better, because this paper is like the exact same size as my cutting board. And the last time I did it, I did kind of move it a little bit, which was fine. I mean, it was for me, so it's not a big deal. But let's see if we can get this one to look a little bit cleaner. All right, so I'm just going around where you can see there's no ink, because you can cut this paper. You just don't want to cut into the ink. So let's just kind of trim some of this off. I'll trim off this corner, and I'll trim off this corner. I'm not sure how far down the ink goes, because it does kind of look like there's a little bit of ink there, but not a ton. So, all right. And let's see what happens. This should fit nicely on here. It does. The pumpkins like fit perfectly, which is why I wanted to cut some of that paper off. So I've got a little bit more room. Okay, so let's grab some of our tape here and get this part secure. Right about, let's start in this. Where do we want to start? I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's just start in this corner. Although I just totally wrinkled up that piece of tape. Oh well, let's try it again. Now at least we know where we're going with it. Okay. So let's put our heat tape down. Like that. Hello, Stormy. My cat is in my craft room window meowing at me. Must be able to hear me talking through the door, or through the window. Okay, so taping that. All right, a couple more pieces of tape because I want to make sure this is nice and secure. And I might just put a little bit more than we need to, because I really want this to turn out nicely. Probably don't need all of this tape, but I'm adding it. All right, so we're pushing, making sure we get it nice and flush with our cutting board, like that. Maybe we'll do one, like little one over here. We just don't want the ink to move on us. So a little bit of tape goes a long way when it comes to this. Okay, I think that's good. All right, so exact same process. Parchment paper down. And we are going to do this again in 2 sections, 360 degrees. Let's start at the top, right down, and then we will pick it up and do the bottom part and see what we got. If I remember properly, completely lost my train of thought with the cat meowing. If I remember properly, this cutting board gets insanely hot. You know, like I said, we're doing it at 360 degrees. So let's do another 30 seconds. 30 seconds. So we just need to be careful whenever we're, you know, picking it up so I can show you. But I'll probably just either use my towel back here or use that mat that's underneath it. But anyway, we've got about 75 seconds left to go. 15 more on this top part, and then we'll do 60 seconds on the bottom and see where we're at. These heat transfers are so much... Oh, that's what I was going to tell you, and I lost my train of thought, right? So, they're very versatile. You can do them, obviously, we just did a garden flag. Cutting boards happening. They make all kinds of, like, sublimation things. You can do them on shirts, on tote bags. And they actually make a spray, which I just ordered off of, like, online. that should be coming in soon, and we'll experiment with that on a couple different types of surfaces. For things that are like 100% cotton, because your sublimation is made of usually like 70 or above percent polyester, that for some reason like really soaks up the ink. But they make this spray that you can spray on like 100% cotton things, and for whatever reason, the chemicals bond together, and there you are with a sublimatable, if that's the word, something that you can use your heat transfers on that is not polyester. So I'm kind of excited to see how that works out. A couple days and we should have that in our grasp. Okay, I think that should be good. So, like I said, hot. I need to get some. They actually make like heat safe gloves. I need to get some to avoid burning myself. But let's peek. But you have to peek the other way, right? Oh yeah, we're good. I'm pretty sure we're good. Okay, so let's peel off this tape. I know from the angle you're looking at right now, it probably doesn't look that much, but remember we're doing the back side of our cutting board. That's why I remember it being so hot. Okay, and let's just peel, and peel. And again, as you can see, most of our ink is now off of our paper. A little bit still on there, but most of it is off. This is gonna be really, really hot. How do we wanna flip this over? How about like this? Guys, are you serious? Look at this cutting board for fall. If I can show you. Ouch, very, very hot. Don't do that. Ow, don't do that. I need to put this towel back in my hand. So, because I don't want it to fall. Obviously it's a glass cutting board, but look at the colors. Let me stand up because my lighting is a little. Look at the colors of this. And so this is the top of your cutting board. This is where you're gonna be putting like your fruits and your vegetables and your meats and whatever you're cutting. But look how gorgeous that is. That's gonna be beautiful. Standing up just like this in the corner of my kitchen. And then whenever I need the cutting board, I'll just take it down and use it like a regular cutting board and I'll wash it. And you can actually put it in your dishwasher. I mean, I typically hand wash most of my cutting boards, but these glass ones you can actually put in the dishwasher. Guys, these two projects turned out super cute. Now I have a coordinating garden flag with my cutting board. What do you think? I am gonna do a little searching and find a transfer that says hello fall or some kind of like fall saying and put it on top of here too, but that's cute on its own. All right, guys, well, that was that. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you learned something, or at least were inspired to get out there and try some heat transfers. Like I said, that you can put them on so many different things. And you might as well give it a whirl, right? All right, guys, that's that for our Wednesday Night Live. I hope you had a great time. I surely did. And I made some cool stuff. So, yeah, enjoy the rest of your evening. I plan on doing that myself. And, yeah, we'll be back tomorrow for a Thrifty Thursday. Excuse me, hiccups. So until then, be awesome, do something awesome, and I will see you soon. All right, take care, guys. Bye.